Yongin zipi ya washa, yongin zipi ya washa. Ufunan, keep in mind, yongin zipi ya washa, yongin zipi ya washa. Ufunan, keep in mind, yongin zipi ya washa, yongin zipi ya washa. Your mango, unchained, Django,
Yonkin Sipi Awasha. You know, I've heard that phrase all my life. And our first guest started rapping professionally in 2008, where he took part in cyphers, talent shows, poetry sessions, and even school events. He goes by the stage name Sammy Bronze, and his first ever EP was titled Word is Bronze, which had a lead song called Jonga. Fast forward to the second half of 2022, Sammy Bronze has released a new song featuring KidX titled Dust. He joins us now in studio to tell us more about this project and his journey in the music industry. Sammy Bronze, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff, man. Yonkin Sipi Awasha. And then, what's that about?
Yonkin Sipi Awasha. As you said, you know, it's a popular phrase.
Yeah.
You know, the content came in the middle of strict restrictions, lockdown, and just a yearning for getting out. And you know, I'm sure a lot of us felt like we were confined to our homes. And when I was making this song and subsequently the EP, I was really in the zone of I want rhythms out there, I want melodies, and I want to just go out and party. And so Yonkin Sipi Awasha just came to mind one day in the studio. I'm like, I started writing, wrote it there on the spot, and recorded. You know?
Okay. Now take us back to when you started this industry. I know that you've been around for quite a while. Just take us back to when you started rapping professionally since 2008.
It was a time where you know, you have influences like Pro Kid, WHP, your Zabs, your Proverbs, and so we really come from that lyrical standpoint.
Okay.
On the backdrop of poetry, because I did poetry as well. But that's when I started recording and, you know, started getting some notoriety when I made it to Hype Sessions, that song, Jonga Chap. So it just grew from there. And in between that, doing event organizing and getting into community radio. So I was really entrenched in the space of organizing hip-hop gigs, and as well as pushing myself.
Right.
So all of that culminates into now.
Okay.
With this new song that I have with KidX.
Where does your stage name come from, the Sammy Bronze?
My stage name comes from Usemi is a childhood name. It's derived from Samgelo.
Or Samgelo is your full name?
Samgelo is my full name. And then Bronze is taken from Shaolin movies, Kung Fu. There's a movie called The 18 Bronze Men, which really inspired me. So I just took from that name.
Okay.
Because I'm really a fan of, you know, Kung Fu movies.
You just said that you are a poet. Was that what influenced you to go for rap and hip-hop, or that genre? What really propelled you to pursue this genre?
It did, because I did slam poetry in varsity.
I see.
And then the more I wrote, the more the sonnets became verses.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, let's carry on with this, because this is what I wanted to do anyway.
Let's not talk about your latest single, Dust. What's that about and what inspired it?
Dust is, you know, Dust is inspired by, well, first of all, the production. The producer on Dust is Lunatic, a well-renowned producer in South Africa, produced for the likes of your KOs, your Mai's, your KidX's, your AKAs. The list is endless. And so when the song really chose me, because when I heard the beat, I immediately knew this is what I gotta do. In fact, on his beat pack, the beat itself was called Dust. So it only made sense that, and when we say
Why dust though?
dust as in Senzum Rivit, as in, you know,
Got you, man.
we're gonna party hard,
Right,
we're going
right.
in. Yeah, we're leaving it all there, we're having fun, in a very, you know, gassy, colloquial way. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do here. And so I wrote that verse, sent the song to KidX, and he also, you know, responded immediately with his verse. And then we went to studio and boom, boom.
Okay.
The song was made.
And I understand you shared the stage with, you know, greats in the industry such as Proverb, Rashid, Hoodlam, and Raymond Scub. What was that experience like for you? What did you learn from that experience?
It was an awesome experience because these are people that you see on TV or you hear on radio. And I pride myself in being a hip hop scholar. So when I finally got to perform with these guys, it was an awesome feat. I remember back in 2012, that's when I first got to share stages with your Questas and, you know, your Slickers from Squatter Camp. So it was quite an experience for me, something that I cherish till this day.
Okay. And you're now working on your second or third EP? Is it
This will
third?
be my fourth EP.
Your fourth EP?
Yes. So
Okay.
Dust will be a part of that.
Okay.
I'm currently working with another producer that has worked with the likes of your Big Zulus, your Aubrey Kwanes, your TLTs, KidX. His name is Gobi Beast. So we've started working on this project. I've got a couple other producers that I'll also be roping in for this fourth EP.
So do you want to give us a hint of how that EP will be looking like? I mean, is it going to be the same influences that you've had on the previous EPs?
This one is gonna be more Kwaito influenced.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, just like in the line of Dust. In the line of Dust, where there's a very heavy Kwaito influence, so people can expect to hear those kind of sounds. Because I feel like the Kwaito speaks to identity. Our identity as South Africans.
Right. And it's so heartwarming to see that some artists still, are still pursuing Kwaito when some people think that Kwaito is dead.
No, it's not dead. It's very much alive. It's just that it's nuanced, different now.
It's nuanced. Right.
And so you tackle it in another way, in a fresh way, just like I did with Dust.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do your fans connect with you?
On socials, Sammy Bronze, Facebook, Sammy Bronze, Instagram, Sammy_Bronze, Twitter, Sammy Bronze, YouTube, Sammy Bronze.
Okay. Sammy Bronze across the board.
Across the board.
Okay. Sammy Bronze, lovely chatting to you, man.
Thank you very much.
All
Thanks
the
for
best.
having me.
Good stuff. That's our first music guest this morning, Sammy Bronze, and he's been speaking to us about his music journey and the release of his new song titled